Well, hey there, you're on the internet, I have some free time, and welcome to the Triple N Network, where all you newbie nib nerds can find all the news you'll need. Let's look at an ink today, shall we? Now, today's ink is by Herbin, or Herbin. It's their very light green Vert Pré, or Vert Pré. It's, compared to their other greens, it's quite vibrant. And when it comes in cartridges, it comes in a little tin like this. Of course, it'd be light green instead of orange. And when it comes in a bottle, it comes in a bottle like this, except, green and with the clover and stuff. All the tests were done in this Pilot MR, which is the European version of the Metropolitan. I really like these pens. They take Standard International. In fact, this has another J. Herbin ink in it, Eclat de Saphir. Now it says medium because Pilot markets these nibs as medium. However, in Europe, they are touted as a fine. So, check out the chromatography. Lately, I've been letting the ink dry just to sort of see how that'll affect the chromatography test. As you can see, it really didn't affect it much. The only difference I can see is that this very bright blue band up at the top separated a bit more. That's pretty much the only thing I can see. Thought I'd compare it to a couple other inks. Here's Vert Pré up at the top. Down below, oh my god, my camera's making it neon when I turn it a certain way. What's going on? Diamine Meadow, Diamine Kelly Green, which are both fairly light inks. But my camera's making it glow. Private Reserve Spearmint Green, and Noodler's Green Cactus Eel. So, yeah. Check out the paper test. Top down in density, Clairefontaine, 90 grams per square meter. It's really, really light. Yeah. I mean, there's shading, but like many of J. Herbin's inks, it can be fairly thin. As you can see, like even in the darkest parts of the scrubby, you can still see all the lines in this Sayers paper. And when you smear it, when it gets really, really thin, it gets yellow. Oh my god, what is my camera doing? But yeah, it's very bright. It's very vibrant. In fact, this is my eye exploding face. But yeah, it's too bright for my general use. I do know some people absolutely love it, but for me this would hurt my eyes to try and read a whole page of, even when my camera isn't turning it nuclear waste green. But anyways, not very water resistant like we saw in the chromatography. What is going on? There we go. But yeah, not very water resistant, some remains, fairly patchy, dyed the page, mostly yellow. Obviously, no bleed feather spread, not a lot of echo because it's very light ink. Next is Tomoe River Paper. 11 seconds to dry. Again, very vibrant. It's still a decent degree of shading. Once my camera stops freaking out. There we go. That's much more normal. But it is very bright. It's almost like a lemon. It's uncomfortably bright. No bleed feather spread. Not a lot of water resistance. Not a lot of echo because it is very light ink. Next is Tomoe River Paper, where it got so light it almost does just look like a yellow. It took 16 seconds to dry. You do have a very interesting halo effect going on here. Yeah, once my camera stops freaking out. Oh good, it just needs a second to adjust. That's good to know. Still very light. No bleed feather spread, but that is really gone. In fact, it's in person, I can't even read that at all. It's just this weird neon thing my camera's doing that's letting it show up. But it's so light that even on Tomoe River there's almost no echo. Next is 20-pound Copier Paper, where it did turn just like... This isn't the camera freaking out. It is literally this bright green. Like, okay, up there it's getting weird, but down here, that's just really how it looks. 4 seconds to dry. It's painful to look at. There's bleed, feather, and spread. The water test was pretty bad. A lot of it remains, but what it remained exploded and it feathered. And this bled a lot more than I like to see in what is considered to be a Western fine. Next is Mead Notebook Paper, where again, this is not the camera freaking out. It is genuinely this green. 4 seconds to dry. Very bright and very light. It still retains some shading through here. Bleed, feather, and spread. Not great. I mean, this is cheap paper, but this is essentially a fine nib, and this isn't some extreme ink, so water test. I mean, just it started to act like chromatography paper, but it's a mess, and that is a lot of bleed for this pen on this paper. That's really not good. Next is Moleskine notebook paper, where again, it's really this bright. Some shading, for some reason it took 16 seconds to dry. You do get a sort of a little bit of a halo effect, but yeah, this paper, I tried to find more accurate notebook paper, but it's still freakishly good. Lottery winning paper, so no bleed, but that water test is seriously gone. Again, in person you can't read that, but because of this weird thing my camera's doing today, that's why it's showing up at all. So yeah, there you go. There's Herbin Vert Pré, which is a very bright green ink. It's too bright for my use. It's not the most well behaved. Perfectly alright ink. You know, we've seen plenty of inks that are a lot worse. I just can't use it personally. That's pretty much all I can say about it. Very bright, very vibrant. Perfectly alright ink, just not for me. Anyways, for your consideration from the Triple N Network, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to the channel. And thanks for watching. Bye.